Alright team, let's talk about a true powerhouse move in the fitness world, squats, the king of lower body exercises. But what really happens when you squat every day? Do the benefits outweigh the risks? And are you doing them right? Let's break down everything you need to know about squats. Today we're diving deep into this fundamental movement. Whether you're just starting your fitness journey or you're a seasoned pro, understanding the squat is crucial for building strength and enhancing performance. We're going to explore what happens when you incorporate squats into your daily routine, the good, the potential challenges, and how to do it safely and effectively. We'll look at the incredible range of muscles you're working, the amazing benefits that go way beyond just building bigger legs, and, most importantly, how to nail that perfect form. Because let's be honest, form is everything. It's the difference between making incredible progress and sidelining yourself with an injury. So grab your water bottle, maybe find a bit of space, and let's get ready to learn all about the mighty squat. Now, the idea of squatting every single day might sound pretty intense, maybe even a bit extreme to some of you. You might be thinking, Mark, isn't that overtraining? Won't my legs fall off? And those are valid concerns, believe me. But here's the thing. Doing squats every day is actually more common in the fitness world than you might initially think. Many dedicated athletes, from weightlifters to sprinters, and even serious fitness enthusiasts, incorporate some form of squatting into their daily training regimen. They do it for a whole host of reasons, primarily focusing on building consistent strength, improving their muscular endurance, and enhancing overall mobility and movement patterns. The key, and this is absolutely crucial to understand, isn't just about mindlessly banging out heavy squats day after day until you can't walk. That's a surefire recipe for burnout or injury. The real secret lies in the intelligent manipulation of intensity and volume. Think of it like this. Not every single day needs to be a personal record attempt or a max effort session where you're pushing yourself to the absolute limit. That approach simply isn't sustainable for the long haul, and your body needs time to recover and adapt. Instead, a smart daily squatting protocol involves a lot of variation. Some days might focus on lighter weights with higher repetitions, really honing in on that perfect form and building muscular endurance. Other days could involve body weight squats, perhaps focusing on depth and control, or even explosive plyometric squat variations like jump squats to develop power. Then, you might have days where you do go a bit heavier, but these are strategically placed and balanced with adequate recovery. It's about listening to your body and understanding its signals. This concept of periodization, or varying your training load, is fundamental. Imagine a professional cyclist. They don't go for a Tour de France stage win every single day they train. They have recovery rides, endurance rides, sprint training days. It's all part of a bigger plan. The same principle applies to daily squatting. You need to manage the stress you're putting on your body, particularly your joints and central nervous system, to allow for proper adaptation and growth without pushing yourself into a state of overtraining. So we've established that squats are a big deal. But what muscles are we actually talking about when we perform this powerhouse exercise? It's easy to just think legs, but the squat is far more comprehensive than that. It's what we call a compound movement, and that's a huge part of its magic. A compound movement means it engages multiple joints and recruits several major muscle groups simultaneously. This makes it incredibly efficient for building overall strength and muscle mass. You get a lot of bang for your buck with every single rep. Let's break down the primary movers. First up, your glutes. That's your gluteus maximus, medius, and minimus. These are the powerful muscles in your backside, and they are heavily involved in hip extension, which is the action of straightening your hips as you stand up from the bottom of the squat. Strong glutes are not just for aesthetics. They're crucial for power, stability, and preventing lower back pain. Every time you drive up from that deep squat position, your glutes are firing hard. Then we have the quadriceps, or quads, located on the front of your thighs. This group consists of 4 muscles: the rectus femoris, vastus lateralis, vastus medialis, and vastus intermedius. Their main job in the squat is knee extension, straightening your legs. As you descend into the squat, your quads are working eccentrically, lengthening under tension to control the movement. and as you push back up, they contract powerfully to extend your knees. Alright, we know squats work a ton of muscles, but the benefits go far, far beyond just building a strong lower body or achieving a certain aesthetic. The ripple effects of incorporating squats into your routine can positively impact so many areas of your health and performance. It's truly a foundational movement for a reason, and the advantages are widespread, touching on everything from raw power to everyday functional movement, and even your internal health. Let's dive into some of these fantastic perks. First and foremost, and perhaps the most obvious, is the incredible increase in lower body strength. Squats are unparalleled for developing powerful legs and hips. This strength isn't just for show. It translates directly into your ability to run faster, jump higher, lift heavier objects in daily life, and maintain your independence as you age. Think about carrying groceries, climbing stairs, or playing with your kids. A strong lower body makes all of these activities easier and safer. Next up, improved mobility and balance. Performing squats through a full range of motion encourages flexibility in your hips, knees, and ankles. Over time, this can lead to better overall mobility, making everyday movements smoother and more efficient. Furthermore, the act of squatting, especially with variations like single leg squats or uneven loads, challenges and improves your proprioception, your body's awareness of its position in space, which is crucial for maintaining balance and preventing falls. For anyone involved in sports, squats are a game changer for boosting athletic performance. The power generated from your hips and legs during a squat is fundamental to most athletic movements. Think sprinting, jumping, tackling, changing direction. By strengthening these key muscle groups and improving their coordinated firing patterns, squats can directly translate to enhanced explosiveness, speed, and agility on the field, court, or track. It's a staple in almost every serious athlete's training program for good reason. Chapter 4. The Daily Squat Dilemma. Is it right for you? So we've talked about the how and why some athletes squat every day, but the big question remains, can squat every day? And perhaps more importantly, you? The short answer is yes, it's certainly possible for many people to squat daily, but it comes with some very important caveats. The success of such a routine hinges almost entirely on how intelligently you approach it, with recovery being the absolute cornerstone of the entire endeavor. It's not for everyone, and it requires a mature approach to training. If you're considering daily squats, the first thing to understand is that recovery isn't just something that happens passively. It needs to be actively managed. This means paying close attention to factors like your sleep quality and quantity, your nutrition. Are you getting enough protein and calories to support repair and growth? And your overall stress levels. If these foundational elements aren't in place, attempting to squat every day is likely to lead to more harm than good, no matter how well-intentioned you are. One of the most effective strategies for making daily squats sustainable is to rotate through different squat variations. As we touched on earlier, not every day should be heavy back squats. You could have a day for goblet squats focusing on form, a day for front squats emphasizing quads and core, a day for lighter bodyweight squats or pause squats, and perhaps even a day for unilateral work like Bulgarian split squats to address imbalances. This variety helps to distribute the stress across different movement patterns and muscle groups, reducing the risk of overuse injuries. Adjusting volume and intensity is equally critical. You simply cannot go heavy and high volume every single day. That's a fast track to overtraining syndrome, which can manifest as persistent fatigue, decreased performance, mood disturbances, and an increased susceptibility to illness and injury. Chapter 5. Mastering the Movement, your guide to perfect squat form. All right, team, this is where the rubber meets the road. We can talk all day about the benefits and frequency of squats, but none of it matters if your form isn't dialed in. Proper squat form is not just about looking good in the gym. It's about maximizing effectiveness, engaging the right muscles, and most importantly, keeping yourself safe from injury. So let's break down the essentials of a proper squat, step by step. This is your blueprint for success. First, let's talk about your stance. Generally, you'll want to set your feet about shoulder width apart. Some people might feel more comfortable slightly wider or slightly narrower, and that's okay. Individual anatomy plays a role here. Your toes can point straight ahead or be turned out slightly, maybe 5 to 15 degrees. Experiment a little to find what feels most natural and allows you to achieve good depth without discomfort in your hips or knees. Next, before you even think about descending, get your upper body set. You want to keep your chest up and proud throughout the entire movement. Imagine you have a logo on your shirt, and you want someone standing in front of you to be able to read it clearly at all times. This helps prevent your upper back from rounding, which can put unnecessary stress on your spine, especially when you're lifting weight. Core engagement is absolutely critical. Before you initiate the squat, take a deep breath into your belly. Think about expanding your stomach, sides, and lower back, and then brace your core as if you're about to take a punch. This creates intra-abdominal pressure, which helps to stabilize your spine and protect it. This brace should be maintained throughout the entire repetition, both on the way down and on the way up. It's your internal weightlifting belt. Chapter 6. Squat saboteurs, common mistakes and how to fix them. We've just gone through the checklist for perfect squat form, but let's be realistic. It's easy for little errors to creep in, especially when you're fatigued or pushing for a new personal best. These common squat mistakes, or squat saboteurs as I like to call them, can seriously undermine the effectiveness of the exercise, and more critically, significantly increase your risk of injury. Identifying and fixing these errors early on is absolutely key to your long-term squatting success and health. One of the most prevalent mistakes I see is letting the knees cave inward during the squat, a movement often called knee valgus. This usually happens during the ascent or when fatigue sets in. This puts a lot of undue stress on the ligaments in your knees, particularly the MCL. To fix this, actively think about pushing your knees out, tracking them over your toes. Strengthening your glute medius with exercises like banded side steps or clamshells can also help combat this tendency. Another common saboteur is lifting your heels off the floor as you descend or ascend. This often indicates tight calf muscles or limited ankle mobility, or it could simply be a balance issue where your weight is shifting too far forward. When your heels lift, you lose a stable base. Your knees can travel too far forward, and you place more stress on the knee joint. Focus on keeping your weight distributed through your midfoot and heels. Incorporate ankle mobility drills and calf stretches into your warm-up. Rounding the lower back, especially at the bottom of the squat, often called butt wink, is a major red flag. This compromises spinal stability and can put excessive pressure on your lumbar discs. This can be caused by tight hamstrings, limited hip mobility, poor core control, or simply trying to squat deeper than your current mobility allows. The fix involves strengthening your core, improving hip and hamstring flexibility, and potentially reducing your squat depth until you can maintain a neutral spine throughout the movement. Not hitting proper depth is another frequent issue. While we've said not to sacrifice form for depth, many people consistently cut their squats high, stopping well above parallel. Chapter 7. Your squat journey starts now. So there you have it. Team, a deep dive into the world of squats. Squats can transform your body when done right. Whether you do them every day or a few times a week, consistency and form are your best friends. We've covered the muscles worked, the incredible array of benefits, the considerations for daily squatting, and most importantly, how to execute this fundamental movement with proper technique while avoiding those common pitfalls. Remember, knowledge is power, but applied knowledge is where the real magic happens. The journey to mastering the squat and reaping its full rewards is ongoing. It's about continuous learning, listening to your body, and staying committed to good habits. Don't be discouraged if it takes time to perfect your form or build strength. Every rep, every session is a step in the right direction. Focus on progress, not perfection, and celebrate the small victories along the way.